One of the worst, if not the worst, aspects of this car that I've noticed over time is probably the steering wheel. Now I will try and show you all the way, of course the sun does not want to cooperate with me, all the way around right here and right here. See if I can zoom in on it, give you a clear idea of what I'm talking about. All the way along here, every bit of the leather is gone. So I have the steering wheel controls for my radio, however I never use them. This car comes with all the steering wheel controls for the cruise control, for the volume, all that stuff. With this radio, I don't really need that because I've got a remote and I can control it that way. So today I'm going to work on putting my new steering wheel in and hopefully get that done. First thing I've got to do is get the wheels straightened out, make sure that those are straight, so that once I put the new wheel on, it'll be straight as well. So let me get those straightened out, and then I can go ahead and disconnect the battery and get this process started. So this is the new steering wheel. This is an RDT motoring wheel. Inside is anodized aluminum. It has the leather with the gold stitching as well as the anodized gold on the center. Now this wheel in particular I'm actually pretty happy about. This comes with the hub adapter for the car, and right there is the button for the quick release. Now this is the weirdest part. This wheel and this hub assembly fits about 27 different models, including Hyundai, Isuzu, and I believe there's a couple Toyotas that it fits as well. So it's designed mainly for Mazda Miatas and the Mazda 6, but it also fits a wide variety of other cars that have the same center hub bore with the spline pattern. So I've got all this stuff ready to go, all the extra screws, but I'm gonna go ahead, get my wrench, get the battery disconnected on there, and then get down to business. So first thing that I need is my 12 mil. So I've got my 12. Let me get this battery disconnected. So I had to cover all these up because I was having an issue with my hood catching with the battery terminal. So it makes this process a little bit harder to get to everything, but it's not too bad as long as you know what you're doing. It's kind of a pain in the ass doing it with one hand, but I'll get it done. So in order to get the steering wheel off, got some stuff on the lens, sorry about that. In order to get the steering wheel off, there's two of these covers on each side, and these are the 8mm bolts that you have to take out. There's one on this side and one on the other side. I'm going to try and get those out without moving the steering wheel, so hopefully I'll be able to do. Alright, so I didn't record it because it's a nerve-wracking experience, but I got the airbag out. This is the wires that go to the airbag. One of the things that I suggest is if you have it to where you have an airbag, in order not to throw a light, they actually make a resistor that you can put in each of these to where you won't have like an SRS light or something like that. But this is for, this plug right here is for the steering wheel controls, and this one right here is actually for the main ground. So just take that off of there, and then from there, I believe this is a 19. Take the 19 out, zoom in, so that should be a 19. Other than that, that should be everything as far as taking this out. I'm hoping that I'll be able to run this steering wheel on here, and I don't know if I will be able to with that clock spring that's in there, because I don't have an adapter, but hopefully I'll be able to make it work. Let's hope for the best that this impact will take this off, because I don't know if it's got the strength to do it, but I guess we'll see. So I guess on a side note, if you are looking for an impact gun and you want something kind of cheap, get one from Harbor Freight, 'cause apparently it takes off steering wheel bolts like that. Now these are a pain in the ass to take off, so basically what you want to do is just smack the shit out of it until the point that it does come off, and then you'll get this entire thing off. So that's a bright side. So next thing's gonna be figuring out what to do about the clock spring, because I don't have an adapter, and I'm pretty sure that it's not gonna work, but I guess we'll see. So I'm gonna grab the steering wheel, put that in, and hopefully we'll be lined up, good to go. I don't necessarily need the clock spring, because if I don't want a horn, I don't have to have it. But normally on these kits, they'll give you an adapter that'll fit to where your actual clock spring will work. So we'll see. One crucial thing that I forgot with this install, this entire cover right here you have to take off in order to get the stock clock spring out. And with this kit, it doesn't allow you to use that clock spring, mainly because of these wires right here that go to the airbags. So I've got to take this panel off to get these 3 Phillips head screws out, so I can take that off and then pop the new one on. A good thing to do once you have everything off of there is to take one of these silver sort of, I guess, paint pens, and on the back of here, when you hold it up to where it's supposed to go, put a mark so that on these steering wheels, you have to take the steering wheel off, and to make sure that it's centered, you want to have this off of there, so that, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a hole here and a hole here, and that's what lines up with these 2 holes on this clock spring. So you want to line those up, and you want to make sure that you have the wheel completely straight when you put this on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this wheel off so that I can get this lined up, and hopefully what I'll be able to do from there is get the hub on and get that bolted in, and then I should be good to go. Alright, so I didn't film it because it was pretty loud, but I got this hub back on. The only thing I'm not too crazy about, once you take this out, it makes it to where behind there is visible, and it doesn't look very good. But what I found out, as far as the bolt that goes in the center of this, if you use a 21 like it's supposed to be, it doesn't fit. So if you use, let's see if I can, if you use a 13/16, then it'll actually go in there. And the problem with the 21s is inside of there is the hole for the splines going to the steering shaft, and then around that is an outer ring. With a 21 deep well socket, it actually hits the outside of that wall and it'll get stuck. So while you're trying to sit there and tighten it up, it doesn't want to tighten because it gets stuck on there. But here is, let's see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. So the steering wheel's on. This bolt is missing because I stripped it out while I was trying to do something. But everything's in. And then there's something about this car that I didn't know. I knew that it was a tilt column like that, but I didn't realize it was telescopic. It is a telescopic steering column. So I can actually pull this out towards me and push it in. That is the coolest thing about this car that I did not know that you could do. So if I want to sit all the way back here with the steering wheel, I can. So it's pretty cool. The other great thing is the fact that it's quick release, so all I have to do is press that button, twist the cylinder, and then the whole thing will come off, and I can just lay that on my dash or take it with me. So pretty much everything's installed. All I've got to do now is reconnect the battery and see if my horn button still works, because I don't know if it will or not. I'm sure that I'm gonna have an SRS light go on because I don't have any resistors for the airbag system, but at least the wheel's on and at least it looks really good. It's a little bit more gold than what my wheels are, but I'm happy with it. It's better than what I had. I mean, let's strap to my camera keeps getting stuck. Let's look at the difference. Look at how big this wheel is compared to this one. I mean, I like the smaller wheels just because they take up less space, and also this thing is looking haggard. I mean, it has seen better days. Plus, I don't use any of these controls. So that'll go in my parts bin. I'm gonna rehook the battery now and see where it's at as far as the lights that come on. If an SRS light comes on, I don't really care, because you know, I don't have to worry about an airbag deploying on me anymore. Probably one of the things I'm going to be looking into is doing harnesses. If I can fit a harness bar in here, that'd be nice, because I'd love to do that. I had harnesses in one of my old cars, and I'm very thankful that I did, because I was actually able to save myself from getting really hurt because I had those in there. So let me reconnect the battery and I'll turn this on and see what happens. Alright guys, moment of truth. You'll probably see quite a few lights that pop up on here just because I have some wiring issues that I need to iron out, but see what happens. Starts right up. That's good. Really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everything buttoned up. This actually looks really good. I'm actually really happy with this compared to what was in here before. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everything cleaned up, get everything out of the car, get everything underneath the hood buttoned back up, and then from there I'm gonna take this thing for a test drive. So I need to take this strap off the camera. So I just took the car for a drive. Everything works. Steering wheel's tight. I do need an alignment on this car. Needed an alignment for a while because my right front tire is getting a lot of inner toe wear. So that will be something I need to do in the near future. But I'm very happy with how this this wheel came out. It is a lot smaller than the stock one. It's a lot easier to work with, a lot easier to turn, and also figuring out that this is telescopic was awesome as well. So I would have done a little bit more as far as the install goes. I'm also going to need to put the resistors in for the airbag because the airbag light is coming on. And with this thing having 1, 2, 3, there's one in each seat, and then one in the C-pillars. With it having that, whoa, got the one in the dash. With it having that many airbags, I don't want to run the risk of you know, getting in a wreck and the other ones don't deploy for whatever reason. So I also fixed my rearview mirror. When I had the windshield replaced, the thing on the back for the windshield to go on, it would never stay in place. So what I had to do was, let's see if you can see it. That silver screw that's up there, that one, I had to drill out that spot and put a new one in that's a little bit longer, because that new thing that's on there, this rear view mirror wouldn't work with it. It kept falling off every time I turned the base on. So hopefully it'll hold. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm gonna test it out. But anyway, short video. I'll have a little bit more videos coming out very soon. I missed yesterday's video. I was actually going to install this yesterday, but we had a huge downpour. And when I say yesterday, yesterday for me was Thursday. Yesterday for y'all will be Friday. So anyway, I just want to show you guys what was going on. I've got a few more projects that I'm going to be working on very soon, but stay tuned for those. I also cleaned up a little bit, and kind of like Gingium, I am going bald on the top, so I went ahead and just shaved it off. But huge shout out to Gingium as well. Very cool dude. Also David Patterson, very cool to meet at Import Alliance. If you didn't see the videos or the pictures, check out my Instagram. I'll link it right here. So I've got a picture of me and David Patterson before I shaved my beard off. So that was pretty cool. But I will catch you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. It really, really helps the channel grow, and it also helps me get the content out to other people, as well as make sure that you get the content as well. So there will be a few shows coming up that I'll be doing videos for, and I hope you guys will be sticking around for those. But anyway, till then, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.